So today we're here at the Houses of Parliament. It's the 7th of February and Parliament in a couple of hours are going to debate the Animal Welfare Act to see if they're going to include animals that are used for experimentation the same protection as domestic animals. I'm going to have a chat with a few people today, so please come with me and let's have a little listen to what they've got to say. Why are you here, Laurie?
Because I think history is going to be made today. I think it's the closest we've ever been to having a proper review of, you know, how the way that animals are treated in laboratories. So I think it's a huge, momentous step.
Can I ask you, how do you feel the chances of it going through? Right.
I'm really hopeful that, you know, the pressure we've been putting on and the way the world is right now, that we're going to manifest the right outcome. I have every faith. I think we have to believe it's going to happen, otherwise we wouldn't do what we do. But yeah, I've got every faith it's going to happen, that they're going to pass it, there's going to be a review.
It's a subject matter that is so distressing, people don't really want to think about it, and we didn't really realise in this country that we're still breeding these animals for vivisection. I mean, I have no idea.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I've deliberately got, you know, images like this, because I think people turn away from quite harsh images. And I think, but when it's like an acceptable image and they can connect with a little puppy, they're much more likely to ask you what's going on and tell me all about it. So that's deliberately why I choose non-offensive imagery, if that's to start that conversation. But you're absolutely right. We're here at Parliament Square, and there's the Freedom Convoys coming through in a minute. And I think I've met so many people here today that are standing up for what they believe in.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I don't know if it's COVID, I think it's become a lot more post-COVID, but people now are just like, they're finding their voice, you know, and, you know, there's, you know, freedoms about, you know, COVID lockdowns and all that sort of stuff, but, you know, I think that people now are much more prepared to stand up for what they believe in. And if you look here as well, the age range is from very young to old.
Oh, well, that's what I love about Camp Beagle as well, is that, you know, it is family friendly as well. So because they want all age groups coming together and having a voice for those that can't speak for themselves. So I really wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for your time and service to this wonderful, wonderful cause.
Yeah, no, thank you. I mean, I think that Camp Beagle is a fully inclusive camp, and anyone who wants to get behind it, just go to, you know, Camp Beagle, thecampeagle.co.uk. Thank you.
Can I ask, do you have any faith in the politicians that are going to be reading this book?
Well, I think it's amazing that they're debating it. I mean, it's been over 100 years, hasn't it, since they've even debated it, and this is the second debate, isn't it? So I think we have to have some hope. It's a move in the right direction. It's moving forward.
So if you think about it, they've also admitted themselves that 90 to 95% of these experiments are useless, and yet they still seem to say, well, no, but we still want to push forward with this.
And they must be feeling the pressure from what's going on here. They might not want to admit it, but they are feeling the pressure, and there'll be conversations going on that we might not know about, you know, looking into future different ways of doing the tests that they do. All the tests are totally not needed, are they, on animals, and no one's interested in animal testing.
I'm here with Pam and her dog Bella. Beautiful Bella here. So, can I ask you, why are you here today? What are you looking for?
Hopefully some change. Hopefully the law can be changed. It's so backwards, it's so outdated, it's wrong what's going on. So if all animals can be included into the Animal Welfare Act, that makes everything better for lab animals.
Aren't you astonished that they haven't included laboratory animals onto the Animal Welfare Act? I mean, it is astonishing, isn't
They
it?
just see it as property. They don't see them as animals. When they have feelings, they are animals. They just see them as property. And it's so wrong.
The fact that they haven't added them on tells me that they see them as completely separate, don't they? Like you say, this is a commodity, this is a business. And so you have to think, well, somebody's making money for this to continue on.
Someone's making money for dogs to die and suffer. And animals, all types of animals, not just the dogs, but people are making money from it, which is disgusting.
Also, the MPs today that are gathering together to chat, they will have animals themselves. So, I mean, I'm wondering if they're going to be able to separate the fact that they are dog owners, animal owners, and yet accepting that this is okay to experiment.
I don't think they can distinguish the difference in property to animals.
There's a disconnect, isn't there?
Yes, they see one as pets and one as property. These are pets, lab animals, they're just property, and I don't think they see the difference.
But I also think people honestly do not even know that this exists.
No, I didn't. If I didn't have a beagle, I would never have known. I would never know this existed. I only found out on all the beagle pages people started posting, so I did my own research, looked into it, and now it's just disgusting. I need to change it.
Yeah,
you can't sit back and not change it.
Have you got any faith left in politicians?
I have hope that there's one politician that can potentially sway people. I have faith that there's one powerful person that can lead. I don't have faith in all of them altogether. I hope there's one that can persuade, which is all we need.
So this is part of a general protest that we're doing called Camp Beagle, and this is a place in Cambridgeshire where they are breeding puppies for vivisection, and it's about just asking for a change in the rules so that we can just provide an alternative to using live animals for vivisection and the torturous things that go on. And the more people that can ask that question, the more likely it is that that we'll move on and try and get some answers. There isn't any need for it.
No,
I understand that we've got to move forwards, but we need to find an alternative and a better way, rather than having to put these dogs and any animals through that kind of suffering. And not just dogs, it's not puppies, that's too emotive.
And this is a very powerful image here, isn't it? Just the number on the beagle's head.
Absolutely.
As opposed to a name. That's what they're seen as, a number.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what's so shocking about it, isn't it?
It really is.
It is like it's a commodity. It's not a living being. I mean, these animals, they want love.
They feel hurt, they feel pain. And they are not, and if it wasn't something that was trying to be hidden, why is it in such a protected, secretive environment?
It truly is, isn't
and it really, really
it's very dark, isn't it?
It's very, very dark, and there are lots of, this Camp Beagle in Cambridgeshire is surrounded by barbed wire fences. There are security guards there, and they definitely don't want you to see what's going on inside.
Free the MBR Beagles! 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 Their fur, not ours! Their skin, not ours! Their flesh, not ours! Their veins, not ours! Their blood, not ours! Their heart, not ours!
Sally, please tell us why you're here today.
Today we've got one of the petitions that we've been lobbying for to include laboratory animals under the Animal Welfare Act being heard at 4:30. So Camp Beagle has descended with our brilliant supporters to use it as an outreach opportunity. Every single time we do this, more and more people are aware. They're all saying, I had no idea this happened. We thought it stopped with the smoking beagles. It absolutely didn't. It just got more underground and more secretive. There's been no scientific or public review since 1906. That alone, we're not scientists here. We do have a scientific campaign aligned with us for life on Earth. But you don't need to be a scientist to think there's something not quite right with that. And whether our primary goal is to close MBR Acres down, that is the Camp Beagle ethos. Whether that comes from a scientific debate or it comes that dogs are excluded from animal experiments, or just the stranglehold on MBR and any companies associated with it continues to this successful level. We're in the 5th week of no dogs going now. That's because of Free the MBR Beagles, where you happened to stumble across the first one, wasn't it? you know, 5 weeks, you know, that's successful pressure campaigning. It's legal, it's civil disobedience, you know, and I'll take my hat off, you know. We're so thankful that the dogs haven't gone. Yes, they're kept in their prisons. Yes, they still want a better life. They're still crying. They're still going to be abused in bleeding out procedures, but they haven't got the prolonged exposure of torture and toxology experiments in laboratories.
And I have to say, what I really love about Camp Beagle and the way that you're going about all of this is that more and more people are hearing, like myself, about this, and more people are going out there around the country, and you're really getting your message out there in a really calm fashion manner. I mean, that noise today is actually, well, it's wonderful to hear, and people going past there are looking at the posters, having a look. I've been here earlier and people were wanting information about what was going on. So what do you think the chances of having a positive outcome today with the reading?
Oh, who knows with the Houses of Parliament, you know, I don't want to sound pessimistic about it. It's, you know, the MBR Beagles, animal experimentations, the anti-vivisection movement, it is having a resurge, it's a multi-pronged attack. This is letting the powers that be know that we don't want this anymore. There's human-based methods that they should be redirecting their funding to. There is actually another parliamentary petition that has got that. So it's, like I say, it's a multi-pronged attack. You know, one petition alone won't finish this industry. Obviously we are fully behind ending vivisection. It's fraudulent science, it's delaying human-based cures, but our primary goal is to get the UK's the freedom fighters. Brilliant. Oh wow, the apocalyptic
Oh my goodness!
Wow,
Yes, the veil is lifting on absolutely everything. It's great, isn't it?
Not ours, their babies! Not ours, their mothers! Not ours, their suffering! Not ours, their lives! Not ours, their bodies! Not ours, their fur! Not ours, their skin! Not ours, their flesh! Not ours, their veins! Not ours, their blood! Not ours, their heart! Not ours, their organs! Not ours, their pain! Not ours, their cries! Not ours! Free the MBR Beagles! 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 Their bodies! Not yours! Their fur! Not ours! Their skin! Not ours! Their veins! Not ours! Their blood! Not ours! Their lives! Not ours! Their mothers! Not ours! Their babies! Not ours! Their skin! Not ours! Their pain! Not ours! Their cries! Not ours! Their suffering! Not ours! Their lives! Not ours! Their bodies! Okay.
Not under Churchill, just square itself.
No,
Square itself.
There's specific bylaws in this part to prevent any of that loud noises like microphone and drums.
let's go over there then.
Thank you very much.
This is where
We're not allowed to make noise in the square of the police! The police will not let us use our microphones for the crowd.
Did they say to you?
That we're not. There's a bylaw that we've got to make noise.
really?
So the drums are out and the megaphones are out.
Are you allowed to make noise over there?
Yeah.
Us.
Not here, on the other side of the road.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we'll go on the other side of the road.
Exactly.
We won't stop.
Fight human freedom and
green.
Sorry?
The green area is Parliament Square.
Green area, pavement around
Right, so
there.
we can stand on the slab there.
Over there, we can stand.
Oh, so that's in front of Parliament Street, that's fine.
Say that instead of being like aggressive. It just doesn't work.
You didn't give me a chance to explain it.
No, you're being aggressive. Just stop it. No one's got any respect for you lot anymore.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see at 4:30 if anything actually moves, anything changes. But my sense is that the more people know about this industry, even though they have tried to keep it hidden, the more it's going to be impossible, I feel, at some point for them to continue this barbaric behaviour. So, as they've said themselves, 90 to 95% of these experiments do not work. So why on earth are we doing this? Why are we testing on animals? Let's hope we get some good news on this very soon.